What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It's the 28th day of June. Here we are at about 16.8 cents. Moving up, we're up 2% on the day. Not bad. I still believe we're going to move lower, right? My reasoning for that is from a low to a high here. We got so close to the golden ratio. We've broken below the 0.5, back above it, finding support on it for now. I would think if we were to go lower, the most logical area to go to would be that golden ratio zone, right? To me, that makes a lot of sense. And maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen. Just because it makes sense to me doesn't mean it has to happen. But also from here, from this relative low to high, the relative extended area there, the primary target zone, the 13.6 to 12.46 cent area, encapsulates this golden ratio zone pretty well of the overall, the greater fib here. So I will say the one thing that's making me second guess this call to the downside, the one thing, it's literally the one thing, because everything else makes me think it's going to happen, is the fact that that is a 20% drop, 21% drop, and even more if we were to go lower, right? And we could go a little bit lower than that. We could see prices below 13 cents, but I would at least from here expect prices below 14 cents, right? Closer to 13 cents. 22, 21% drop, it's kind of a lot, assuming that Bitcoin doesn't drop that much, right? I'm assuming still that Bitcoin from here drops at the most. I mean, at the most, maybe we drop back to like 101K, which would be a 5% drop. 5% drop still, even that much for Bitcoin, that should be like a 15% drop at the most for Cookie, not 20%. It just doesn't, and even there, I don't expect Bitcoin to drop down this low. I think it'll hold support probably around here, which is like a 2% drop, making this likelihood even less. But the reality is, regardless of what Bitcoin does, Cookie's going to do its own thing, and sometimes we do get massive drops before massive pumps, and that's, I mean, inevitably that's what I think is going to happen. Finding support at the golden ratio is not a bad thing at all. A 20% drop is not a bad thing at all, you guys. This is crypto; it happens, and we likely will, regardless if we go down there or we bounce from here, we will recover to new highs relative to this, and new all-time highs altogether. We're destined for new all-time highs. So don't let me stop you, right? I have a hard time telling anybody to not buy Cookie, right? I actually tell a lot of people that it's a good coin to buy. People in the real world, I tell people that this is a coin that I'm very confident in and I think is going to do very well. You could just put like $100 in there, and who knows, turn it into thousands of dollars within the next 6 months or so. I mean, that's like a very realistic probability at this point in time, at least in my opinion. Even tens of thousands of dollars, it's very possible, right? I mean, to get to 100x from here, 100x would be about $16.79. We have projected targets at a minimum that are above $20, right? Like this thing has a lot of, like $100, 100x, it's over 10K, right? Like that's good money. That's good money for a lot of people. And I don't know, man. I think this thing has a lot of potential, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about the short-term stuff, and then we'll come back down to the, or come back out to the long-term stuff. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here. We are moving up. We've got a higher high. That's nice to see. What I don't like here is this move. These last two candles have happened without any volume. It's on the weekend, very low volume in itself. I'm curious, does Cookie DAO have, not clue, what's Cookie? What volume does it have here? Because sometimes Coinbase will say it has low volume, and then that's not bad volume, actually. Over a 24-hour period, that's really not that bad of volume. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually not bad at all. Oh, this is Bybit, not Coinbase. My bad. Let's go to Coinbase. Maybe it's more accurate on Coinbase. A little bit more volume, but still nothing crazy, relatively speaking. This 1 hour candle, something that scares me a little bit is that we've moved up here, right, with less volume so far than any other candle. You moved up very early in the hour. Oftentimes when you see this, you'll actually reverse it coming down. Like you spend the rest of the hour eating that back to the downside and then maybe even closing this hour red. So I want to look at the 15-minute time frame, actually. Let's do that. Getting overbought. I mean, you've been rejecting the overbought zone time and time again. 1 minute left. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if in the next minute or so you actually came down a little bit to make this RSI close right at the overbought zone, or even just less above it than you are now. I think we're going to probably do that as the minute drains by. Looking at this, I'm not bearish on Cookie. We're getting overbought. We're not even really getting oversold. Living above the 50, kind of commingling the above 50 and below 50 areas. I don't know. It's neutral. It's a very neutral look on the 15-minute time frame, but at the moment, sure, it's bullish. Again, just the 1 hour being up this much already without any volume, 46 minutes left, it makes me think that the rest of this hour we might eat it back, but the 1 hour RSI actually is in a very bullish posturing. We've broken out of the downtrend, right? Lower highs, lower lows. We've broken out of the downtrend, and now we're moving up. Higher lows, higher highs. looking to get into the overbought zone, something like that. That's the expectation. Um, you know, with that being said, though, with these, I can't draw a straight line to save my life, man. With these higher highs, we'd likely find resistance somewhere right around here and then come back down to find support at the 50. So even in the best case scenario that we are moving up higher, I would think, oh, hey, look at that. We're actually moving up higher over the last minute of this 15-minute candle. Look at that. And some volume's coming in. A little bit of volume. Nothing crazy. Relative to the 15-minute, though. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this thing does. Maybe it does move up over this hour. But we'll see. I would just think looking at the 1 hour time frame, it'd make more sense that we find resistance here rather than continue to grow. But I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. It's okay. From a high here to a low here, we're right at the 382, an area that we've been skimming but haven't quite touched. Now that we've touched it, maybe we do find resistance and finally go below this low. If we were to go below this low, high to low here, we got targets at 15 cents, and typically with these smaller fibs, you do expect a secondary zone, which is the 1886 to the 2618. That's below 15 cents and even just above 14 cents, something like that. I mean, maybe you hit the money zone right there just below 14 cents, and that's a target area that we have in mind as well. I'm not overzealously bullish right now on the 1 hour, but I got to admit it actually is more bullish than bearish. So as long as it maintains, as long as you're holding higher lows and higher highs, maybe you prove me wrong, maybe you move up. And that'd be great. That'd be great. Do that. I don't care. Make us all some money, Cookie Dow. Go up. Low to high here. Finding support of the golden ratio is not a bad thing, but we are in this area where if you find support of the golden ratio like this and you reject the 382.5 area, typically if you were to come back down to this golden ratio zone, you would go lower, at least to the 786, 886. And if you did that, I would think that we're probably going lower. And these targets, again, these line up with some targets that we have on the larger fib between 13.6 cents and 12.5 cents. Those are some larger time frame targets, as well as this shorter time frame target right here. But we'll see. Get above 17.8 cents, and I'll consider myself wrong. Until then, I'm not worried about the price going up, and I'm not worried about it even if it does prove me wrong, man. Go up. Do it. Prove me wrong, please. Make us all some cash. Do it. 4 hour RSI, neutral. I wouldn't say it's, I guess, yes, it's got a predisposition to being bearish, at least as of times of late. But right now it's truly neutral, so I'm not really getting much off of that, and that's okay. It leans a little bit bearish for being fair, but I mean that just kind of agrees with what I've been saying anyway. So again, if we take this high, no, this low here to this high here, we take this low here and put it to this high, the golden ratio zone here lines up pretty well with the 1272, 1618 primary extension zone of this area here. It just makes a lot of sense that we'd go down there. But if you can get above 17.8 cents, I'm wrong, man. Get above there. Close above there on a daily time frame. Let's look at this on Bybit so that we have some more historical data here. Okay. If it'll load, it's taking its sweet time. Oh man, I'm tired. The computer's tired. Oh, what are we doing? Why is it taking so long? There we go. I'm getting a new computer for Christmas, man. 16.8 cents. Low to high. 236. Yeah, I mean, it would make a lot of sense to go even just below 13 cents based off of this fib, right? Still being productive overall. You found resistance at the 236. Typically, if you go golden ratio 236, you do look to find support at the 382 or the 0.5. It's more bullish if you find support at the 382, but you know the market has had a kind of different turn of events over the past month now. So Iran, America, Israel, you know, all those kind of conflicts happening. Maybe that's why the price was going down. Maybe the price is going down anyways, and the news just supports that theory. I don't know. But the weekly RSI does look bullish overall. The further out the time frame is, the more bullish it is indeed. And this just tells me, I mean, look, we got lower lows on the 3-day time frame, higher lows in the price. We have lower lows in the weekly RSI. I guess we do have lower lows in the price as well. But being at the 50 like this, getting overbought, finding support at the 40, we're very much set up for some bullish action to the upside. We just have, I think, a little bit lower to go first. Curious to see where this week closes. 1 day, 8 hours left. If we come down between now and tomorrow, and this week shows a little bit more of a wick, we're coming down. Even if we close it red, I think at that point it'd be infallible that we are going down to about 13 cents, just below there, just above there, whatever, something in that zone. I'm waiting to buy some more cookie myself, And if it takes off without me, I mean, it won't take off without me because I have cookies. So if it takes off, cool, we're making money. And then cool, I've got cash on the side to put into something else that might not have taken off yet. You know what I mean? So it's really not that big of a deal. There's plenty of fish in the sea, but I do think cookie goes a little bit lower. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. We could talk about the all-time high perspectives real quick, okay? All-time high to low here. My anticipated targets by the end of the cycle are between the 2272, which is actually a very common area for a lot of coins to top off. It's just above the 2272, to the money zone here, which is all the way up at the 3113. However, I don't think that we see 158. I think that's a little bit out of Cookie DAO's range. What is, let's get this real quick, Google calculator. If we're doing this, let's say $90, right there at the 2886. What would a $90 price be? Market cap. Oh, okay, we actually don't need the calculator. $90 million right now. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I don't know what my brain was just thinking there. Okay, so let's see. $90 million now, $92 million market cap now. If we were to go all the way up to $90, it's a 525x, man. 525. We do need this. 525, right? That's what that is. 500. It's 525.7 actually. So let's do that. 525.7 times 92. We're just gonna give it a flat 92 million. Okay. Now these are in millions. So if it says 1,000, that equals 1 billion. Does that make sense? 10,000 equals 10 billion. Does that make sense? I just don't want to type in all the zeros. So $48 billion market cap. I mean, with that, honestly, with that, why not? Let's see. What would this do? I mean, that shouldn't be outside the realm of possibilities. Hold on now, guys. Hold on. 93.8. 93.8x. No, wait. 938x. 938x. 20. I don't know what I was thinking there. 929. Let's just give it a 930x. 930. Okay, 930x times 92 million, right? $85 billion. I mean, that's pushing it. That's pushing the barrier. But in all honesty, it's actually a possibility. What I will say, and I do know that there are token unlocks happening between now and the end of the cycle, which I theorize is going to be, as well as a lot of people have started coming around to theorizing this. I was a little bit late to the party on this one, but I'm very reluctant to change my end of cycle time frames. I have to see a lot of stuff to convince me, and it's taken like this whole cycle to convince me that the cycle does end in 2026 and not 2025. I guess we don't have any big unlocks. There will be more unlocks that happen. Let's see. Let's say it's April. Let's say March. Okay, let's just say March. I'm taking a guess. If January, March, April, somewhere in that time, let's just say March. Unlocked market cap at that time based on the current price would be 132 million. So 132, let's do this again. 132 million times, and this is the perceived outcome, right? We don't know. 525. 525.7. Okay. So maybe redacting that, coming back down, maybe it does make sense with token unlocks that yes, we probably wouldn't see prices that are too much above $100 or even around $100, right? 90 to 100 is probably where we're going to go at the maximum potential by the end of the cycle. Let alone $20. Absolutely, we could see $20, you guys. If we were to see $20, what is that from here? It's about a 120x, 121x almost. Let's give it 121. We'll say 121 times, what is that over here? That would be in March. 132, 132.4. Again, the thousands or billions, right? So 16 billion. I mean, for me, man, it's not a question of if Cookie's going to get above 20, but it's like, is it going to stop there? That's just so low. $16 billion, it's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, especially from this market cap. That's a lot of growth, but for something like this, I really wouldn't be surprised if we doubled that, tripled that, right? Something on those lines or more. I feel pretty damn safe in saying that Cookie DAO is a 100x potential or more. All you got to do is buy and hold. It's that simple, and that's why I have a hard time telling anybody not to buy here. Like I've told people this week to buy Cookie DAO, even at these prices. I told them I think it's going to go lower, but I still think, I'm like, even if you just hold through it, just buy, and if it goes lower, throw in an extra $100. You don't know what, I mean, that could turn into $10,000 by the end. You know what I mean? Like you put in your life savings. Let's say it's $5,000, $1,000, more than that. For some people, it's, hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever it might be. And by the way, on a whole nother note, if you are investing a lot of money in this thing, like hundreds of thousands of dollars or more, do take into consideration that when you sell, you're going to want to layer out slowly over time, right? So you're gonna want to layer out as things, because if you try to sell the absolute high, you're probably not going to get out all at that position, right? Like maybe you can calculate, oh, $46, that'd be a 289, yeah. But if you have $100,000 in this thing, it's worth millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, I guess, by the end of the cycle. That kind of selling pressure likely will impact the price, and you won't get this number exactly. Does that make sense? So just plan accordingly, guys. Just like you DCA in, you should DCA out. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm talking about too much stuff now. I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. High expectations for Cookie DAO. I don't know why I don't have my whole life savings just in Cookie. It's because I like XCN, damn it. It's because I'm very, very fond of XCN, and I'm very confident that XCN's going to, I think DeFi, you guys, is the play to make. But as far as AI narratives go, I'm glad that I'm allocated in AI with Cookie, because I have a lot of high expectations for this as well. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Bye-bye.